Hi, Victoria. Hi, Anne.
Hi,
Hi.
How are you guys doing today?
I'm okay. I'm just a little worried about my sister.
Okay. Feeling worried about Victoria. What about you, Victoria? How are you doing?
I'm fine.
Okay. Well, I appreciate you both coming in. I know that, sometimes this can be a little bit nerve-wracking to do, so I'm just thankful that you guys are both here. So, Anne, I know that you said that you're feeling a little bit worried about Victoria. So what's going on?
Yeah, I mean, ever since our parents died, she's been practicing in some not safe, I don't know, coping mechanisms to help her, I guess, handle her grief. Um, sh-
Mhm.
and it's just been having me worried.
Okay. Yeah. So you're feeling a little bit worried about what Victoria has been up to ever since the grief that you guys started experiencing.
Right.
Yeah. What about you, Victoria? How are you feeling? And say that.
I mean, I'm fine. I don't know why she reacts the way that she does. It's not like I'm not killing people or anything. Like everyone copes in their own way, so I don't know what her problem is, but
See, that's what I was
Okay.
talking about. She's not handling it in a safe manner, and the actions she's doing, it's just been it's just causing me to worry and on top of my own grief.
Hmm. Okay. Victoria, I'm sensing a little bit of maybe frustration towards Anne. Would you say that's accurate at all?
I mean, I guess so, because I'm the oldest. I'm the most responsible one. Why is she worried about me? I can just do
Okay.
me. She doesn't have to worry herself because it's none of her business what I'm
Okay.
doing.
And
I can
Anne,
understand why
whenever,
she sorry. I know
no,
having
you're fine.
siblings can be, but I understand how she would feel that way, but I'm her sister, and we're both dealing with this together. And again, she's not handling this in a healthy way, and I'm worried. So I want to figure out better ways to help her because she's been doing things like partying, drinking, and it's been too much, more than the normal amount. So I I would really like to help her in any way that I can because again, we're in this together.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't think what I'm doing is any of your concern.
But it is my concern because you're my sister. So, and again, you're all that I have right now. And you're keeping your distance from everybody, our grandparents and our cousins and all of our distant relatives. We're worried about you and we miss you. And this is such a traumatic event that, we've had to deal with. And having you act this way has just been coming worrisome for all of us.
Okay. So, Victoria, I'm sensing you're shutting down a little bit. Is that kind of how you're feeling right now?
I mean, I guess,
What do you mean, you guess? Can you explain it a little bit more to me?
like, I just don't want to feel the pain or the discomfort about losing our parents. So it's easier to turn to things that help me not feel, or at least make me feel happy. So, I mean, I guess I understand where the concern is coming from, but at the same time, like, why can't I just do stuff for me to be happy?
Okay. And how do you feel hearing Victoria say that, like her acknowledging that maybe she, isn't coping in the best ways, but, she's kind of just wanting to do this right now for herself? What's your response to that?
I understand wanting to do things for herself because sometimes I feel that way. We lost our parents. It's, you know, I can't even express how that feels. However, I feel that she's, again, she's engaging in things that they're not at the small level. They're high. She's doing it really excessively, and she's spending a lot of money as well on things that she wouldn't have done previously to when our parents died. And it's just she's become so distant from me, and I'm just all I want to do is spend more time with her. But again, she's doing these crazy things, and I don't know how to help her.
Okay. So, and what I'm hearing you say is that you do just want to spend more time with Victoria and you would like for her to spend more time with the family. Um, and again, there is that heavy concern about, what she's been doing and spending her money on. And it sounds to me like that's making Victoria feel maybe a bit controlled almost. Is that how you feel, Victoria?
Yeah, like, why does she get to say how I should cope appropriately when everyone copes
Okay.
in a different way?
Yeah. And I can see that point of view for sure. And it sounds to me like you, Victoria, you can see where Anna's coming from as well, though. While you are choosing to cope in the way that you are, you can see why it would be concerning as well. Is any particular reason why you're feeling like you don't want to be around the family right now?
I don't know. I We had such a good connection with our parents that being around family right now is just hard because it makes me miss
Mhm.
them more. And I think I just need space and I don't need help. I just want to be left alone.
Okay. So, Anne, what whenever you hear Victoria say that she just wants to be left alone?
I feel a little sad about it because I understand that she wants to be left alone, but that makes me be alone, and I don't want to be alone in this. And she's the only one that knows how I feel right now. So I thought something like this would bring us closer together and not further apart. And it's just a little frustrating because, again, I feel alone.
Okay. So, what I'm going to have you guys do, because you have been talking a little bit more through me, I would like for you guys to maybe speak directly to one another, and maybe I can help you navigate the conversation a little bit better, potentially. How you guys feel about doing that?
Okay, sure.
Okay, let's go ahead and try.
Okay.
Did you want to go first, or did you want me to go first?
I guess I can go first. Um, I feel like you're trying to just micromanage my life and tell me what I should and shouldn't be doing, when in reality, I'm the older sister. I'm supposed to be the one that's micromanaging your life, I guess, or at least that's what I would think as the oldest. But I don't I don't need to be told what to do. I'm grown. And if I want to spend my money or party and try to forget how I'm feeling, like that's my prerogative.
Yeah, but are you going to be doing that for however long? Because, you know, we don't know how long we're going to be grieving the loss of our parents. This could be for the rest of our lives kind of thing. It will be for the rest of our lives kind of thing. And you're handling it like somebody my age would, like as a 19-year-old. I feel like I'm having to carry most of the burden because you're not willing to do anything with, especially with our grandparents, they lost their children and I have to handle their grief as well and you're not willing to help me. And that makes me feel really, again, isolated and alone. And I'm just really, you said you're supposed to be the oldest and you're supposed to be, doing stuff that older siblings do, but you haven't been doing anything. And it just makes me feel like you don't care.
But like I do care. It's just I don't know what else to do. Nothing feels good. Nothing makes me happy or makes me forget or whatever besides just going out and drinking or doing whatever.
Mm.
It's
But You're
hard
not,
to, you know.
you're not just, drinking when you go out, you're drinking at home too. So that's another thing I worry about that you're doing. And it worries me because it's just been such a struggling to because I feel all those things too, but I'm not doing any of those things. I mean, I could go out and party and spend a bunch of money and stuff, but I'm not doing that.
So I do want to jump in really quick and just highlight a couple of things that I have noticed throughout the conversation, if that's something you guys are Oh, I think I lost you
Yes,
guys a little bit. Can you hear me? That's
yes,
something you're
that's
comfortable
a
with? Okay.
yes.
So, and I am noticing, some comparison of how you're coping versus how Victoria is coping. Am I hearing that correctly?
Mm, I guess so, yes.
Okay. And while I do see the concern there, right, for Victoria, I can also see why it would maybe make her feel micromanaged or controlled in some sort of way. And then Victoria, what I have been hearing throughout the conversation is kind of the idea that because you are the older sister, right, and can't demonstrate that worry or concern. Am I hearing that correctly?
Yeah.
Okay. And, I do believe that, based on what I'm hearing, it is coming from good intention from Anne. So again, we have this comparison that's going on with both of you guys, but in different ways, right? So Victoria, for you, it's the comparison of, well, I'm the older one to do this. So Victoria should maybe cope in this way as well, right? And I think that's where a lot of this clash is coming from, is these comparisons that you guys, are making. And it's getting in the way of maybe hearing one another. Victoria, I know that you have acknowledged that some of these coping strategies, they, can be seen as unhealthy. Do you feel like you're struggling with using alcohol, if you don't mind me asking?
I don't think so, but it sounds like Anne thinks so.
Well, I think so because I've been seeing a lot of bottles in the trash can, and I'm not drinking because I'm only 19, and it's not something I want to do, but I've been seeing a lot of things in the trash, and then you're saying you're going out partying, which drinking even more, which has me worried. So, I've been seeing it.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I want us to maybe join together now that we've kind of identified a little bit of what's going on, and maybe we could set some boundaries with one another regarding some of the things that we've.
I think that would be a good idea.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, Victoria, I want to get started with you first. So, what is one boundary that you want to have?
I guess um and just I don't know. Maybe and just not being so upfront with her concerns and trying to make me do things that I don't want to do.
Okay, can you think of anything specifically?
Like her telling me that I shouldn't go out and party, I guess.
Okay, so you would like if, Anne stopped asking you to not party?
Yeah.
Okay, and how do you feel about that boundary?
Well, I mean, I would do my best to respect it, but if it's something that continues to get out of hand, I think that's something we will need to have to sit down and talk about again in the future.
You said if it's something that continues to get out of hand, what? I'm sorry.
If it's something that continues to get out of hand, we can talk about it and sit down and talk about it in the future.
Okay, yeah. Victoria, how do you feel about that response to your boundary?
I think that's reasonable.
Okay. Yeah, so a little bit of compromise. That's what comes with boundaries as well, right? So, okay. So Victoria would like for Anne to, no longer request that she parties less, but if it does become a concern, then Anne is able to mention it, right? So what are some things that would be concerning for you, Anne, just so Victoria for the next week?
Well, having as much drinking as much as she is, especially at home, if she's drinking at home and drinking while she's partying, it can be a little too much. So maybe if she stops drinking at home or drinks a little bit less at home, that would make me feel a little bit better.
Okay. Okay. So what is your boundary with Victoria for this next week?
My boundary? I don't know. I don't think I have. I mostly just want her to communicate better with, you know, me and the family so I don't have to deal with that by myself.
Okay. So do we think maybe a reasonable, not necessarily a boundary, but maybe more of like a request could be Victoria coming to a family event this next week?
That would help me a lot.
I apologize. I lost you guys again. Um,
That's okay.
do we think that's okay? Okay.
Yes,
How
that
do
would
you
help
feel
a
about
lot.
that, Victoria?
I guess I could make that compromise and try to handle our family with you.
Okay.
Thank you. I would
Yeah,
really appreciate that.
yeah, even if it's just maybe for like a couple of hours that you see the family. It doesn't have to be like an all day thing, but we could start there, maybe.
Okay.
I would like
Okay.
that.
Okay. Well, I do appreciate again you guys meeting with me today. I just want to check in and see how you guys are feeling after the session. I know we talked a lot about, feelings and kind of everything that's been coming up. So I know that can be a little bit heavy sometimes. So, um, how are you guys feeling?
I'm feeling better now that I was able to express my concerns.
Okay, yeah, that's good to hear. What about you, Victoria? How are you feeling?
I mean, I feel a little bit put on the spot, but I guess I feel a little bit better.
Okay, yeah, and it's understandable, feeling that way. I mean, we did talk a lot about cooking and setting boundaries and stuff like that. So I appreciate you sharing that with me. And are we wanting to set up another appointment for next week just to see how this week goes?
Yes, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, we can
Okay.
do that.
What about you, Victoria? Okay. Well, I will put that on my calendar and I look forward to hearing how everything goes this week. Okay,
Okay.
I hope you guys have a good rest of your day.
You
Bye.
too.
All right. Bye.